What's up guys, FlamingVictini here and I'm back for some expert SPL finals tiebreaker commentary. This is going to be Roscoe versus Soulwind DPP, the first set of the tiebreakers between the Scooters and the Wolfpack. We're going to see Zapdos lead off against probably a Life or Mix Knight. Zap goes for T-Bolt, Blissey comes out, goes for the rocks and gets the para as the Jirachi gets his own rocks up. Blissey's just going to go for an S-toss and Jirachi is paralyzed. Now usually rocks Jirachi tends to be running things like Psychic, Grass Knot, Thunderbolt, HP Ground, but this is actually a Body Slam physical Jirachi. He's going to get the paralysis on Blissey, so he's going to be able to force it out because it probably has Iron Head. Soulwind should Body Slam again, he does Body Slam again, and he gets the paralysis on the Swampert. So that's good. The Swampert does not have leftovers, so I'm thinking it's a Choice Banded Swampert. Could also be Choice Specs, but I feel like Choice Band tends to be more common if you're going to run a Choice Pert. It's definitely offensive though, because he's got Rocks, Blissey, and CV Pert. It seems to be a very heavy breaking type team with Dragonite, Life Orb probably mixed since it's lead, and that some Choiced Pert, whereas Soulwind almost seems like he's using something like a T-Spam team. He's got Zapdos, it could be very well be a lead T-Wave Zapdos. He's got Jirachi, obviously the Haxmon. There's the Starmie, I could very well see Machamp in the back. That is a Choice Banded Swampert, 100%. That did a lot of damage. I'm honestly surprised it didn't take it out. That must be a pretty bulky Starmie. He's got Recover, of course. Lefties, but he's not going to be able to out-heal the Pert. The thing is, the Body Slam on Pert definitely helps. Yeah, the Body Slam on Pert definitely helps us the paralysis, because you can just go for Pump, and if he gets it, that's really good. If he goes for the Spin and it gets denied, that's really good. I don't know if I don't know if Roscoe's gonna have a Rotom in the back. I definitely expect Soulwind's gonna have a Machamp. If these teams fully commit to this type of stuff, you tend to see Togekiss, but I definitely expect Tyranitar on this team. Could very well be a Scarfchar too, just looking at his team. It's a little bit slow with what he's revealed so far, but not using Machamp on a very para-heavy team seems unlikely. He does go for the Spin, does not get the paralysis, and that Pert's going to be able to take the Starmie out with an EQ, and Zap is going to come back in. Honestly, I fully expect Soulwind to pull a double switch. Him going hard Zap, sort of, I don't know, does he pull the double switch? Because Blissey is very, very obvious. Oh, it's U-turn Zapdos, okay. Very clever play from his end, and there's actually a Breloom, so probably not going to see a Machamp, but okay, Zap, Jirachi, me, Breloom, probably Heatran, and Tyranitar, that'd be my guess. And we see the Zap pull back in on the D-Knight switch, and so it might be a Sleep Talk D-Knight, could be Choice Band lead. Very interesting that, I mean, going hard D-Knight sort of indicates Sleep Talk. And Breloom is just so powerful with Spore and DPP that a lot of people have been running techs like that to help deal with it. The Zapdos coming in though is good. We've seen T-Bolt U-turn. I don't know the T-Bolt damage on Blissey. It did 24-ish, I'd like to say. I don't know if that's choiced or not. Maybe Magnet. I don't think it's Specs though. That seems very unlikely. But U-turn does indicate some sort of offensive set, like T-Bolt HP Ice U-turn Roost. I could very easily see that. So Roscoe may not want to stay in, he may choose to go hard Pert, but I could totally see Soulwind going for a U-turn. So it's a little tough because Roscoe really wants to get his rocks back up, and right now his team is just getting chipped, worn down. D-Knight taking the rocks is really nice for Soulwind's Breloom, and it looks like Breloom is pretty good if he can get rid of the D-Knight, the potential Sleep Talk Absorber, or Spore Absorber. But yeah, if Soulwind gets a U-turn as Roscoe switches out, it's really, really good to keep up the momentum. If he goes to Blissey or Pert, he just keeps up the rocks, and it's really nice. He keeps up the momentum, gets Loom back in, kind of pushes in D9 again, and it's good for him. Really, really good. And I think Roscoe's really just looking to get up rocks and then maybe nab an extra kill or two with that Pert. He actually goes hard Pert as the Zap does go for T-Bolt. It's interesting that he chose not to go to Blissey. I think he didn't want the Blissey to take too much, yeah, it's at 71, so he probably did not want to take a Rocks and U-turn, because that's going to keep it very, very low when Breloom comes back in to force it out with the threat of a superpower. So going for Pert is like a decent, is a good mid-ground in the sense that if Soulwind U-turns, it's not as bad as him U-turning on Blissey. but getting this in is still really, really good for him. And the fact that Soulwind's confidently going for T-Bolt, maybe it is Spec Zapdos. There we see a huge waterfall on another pert that's not choiced. That's not leftovers, and indicates it's likely choiced. Looking at that waterfall damage, 58, I don't know the rules, but Soulwind's pert is going to be faster, of course, because of the paralysis, and waterfall's probably going to do a ton. I don't know if it'll be able to kill though, but I'm assuming it's going to do around 58. So he does go hard Starmie, and he's going to get the spin off. That's actually really, really good for Roscoe. Pert, I did not expect. He needs a Scarf for last. I don't think it's... Yeah, his Scarfer is his last, and it might be... If both of these guys are weatherless, that's going to be pretty interesting, because Sand tends to be very common, the T-Tar, in DPP, but this is pretty free rapid spin for Roscoe right here. That's definitely choice banded per damage, I think, doing 35 to a leftover Starmie. Definitely seems like choice banded. It could be Rotom last on Soulwind's team. No, I don't think so. And yeah, he just goes for the spin. Rachi's gonna come back in. If the Mii has pump, honestly, I'd totally see him going just straight for the pump. He does indeed go straight for the pump. Rachi goes for the body slam, gets a crit and a paralysis. Okay, so we're getting some fishy stuff here. Starmie does get the recover off as Jirachi gets paralyzed. Of course, Starmie has natural cure too. It's more so that in this 1v1, if the Starmie gets paralyzed too much, it may be pushed out or even KO'd if he's trying to go for spins, recovers, and just doesn't get them off. Or Soulwind can try to use it to get a free switch into like Breloom or something like that. So Rachi actually gets paralyzed, so very good for Roscoe. And he goes for a Psychic trying to predict the Breloom. I don't really agree with that. I feel like you just pump again. Yeah, I don't know. I understand why he's making the play, but now it's like even worse. I'm actually surprised Soulwind chose to stay in. Oh, he actually just goes for rocks again. So he wants to heal up his Jirachi. Very understandable. And he's sort of creating a sort of mind game. And yeah, so he does go hard Zapdos. He doesn't want to risk his Loom on a Psychic, and he gets the paralysis. This is why you don't play around with that. I think going for the Psychic was a mistake. You also don't want to reveal that, I feel. Although, I guess Mii is very likely to be running one of Ice Beam or Psychic, so it doesn't really matter too much. But, yeah, he's got Psychic on Mii. He's going to switch out for the Blissey. If Zapdos doesn't U-turn, I'm going to be very surprised. And he does indeed go for the U-turn, so I'm not really sure why he chose to bring Blissey in on this time. I feel like he should have just gone Pert, honestly. But, Blissey is getting weakened. Jirachi is going to come in on a superpower. That's actually not doing much at all. Is that leftovers Jirachi? It is. So I'm thinking that's maybe some Calm Mind Wish or Superachi. One of the two. But yeah, okay, so it's Calm Mind Wish, I think. It could also be Wish, Body Slam, Iron Head Fire Punch. But yeah, I don't think so. And Wish Rachi tends to be very, very good. With that solid waterfall damage on that Pert, Wish Rachi is definitely looking very good. Usually it's like Psychic Thunderbolt, so wearing down those grounds is really important. And I'm trying to think what Soulwind's last would be. It has to be a Scarfer. I don't think it's Scarf Zapdos, is it? I really don't know the damage. But he goes hard Blissey, so I guess it might be Spec Zapdos and doesn't want to take... The thing about Wish Rachi is getting that opportunity. Maybe he just wanted to heal up Blissey, but passing a Wish to... I guess it's okay. But I think for Soulwind, that's honestly a good trade to get that damage on Rachi and keep up the momentum. This Zapdos is definitely doing a lot of work with rocks off. He's going to double back to it as Blissey goes into the D-Knight. And, yeah, honestly, I think at some point, Roscoe is just going to choose to stay in and force Zapdos to kill something so he can finally get his rocks up. He does choose to go for the extreme speed as the Zapdos goes for the U-turn. There we go. So, yeah, that's the kind of play I was thinking would eventually come out. And Breloom's just going to come in. Yeah, so that makes sense. I mean, because he can just go for a Spore, and if the D-Knight, that looks like Choice Banded E-Speed damage, so if the D-Knight is locked into that, he can go for a Spore and then take it out. Although Superpower won't OHKO, Seed Bomb's going to do even less. But he's gonna get some guaranteed sleep turns right here. And yeah, he's gonna get guaranteed sleep turns and some time to heal up. Not having sand definitely helps Breloom. Definitely helps out the Breloom. And I'm thinking, what are their lasts? I don't really know DPP well enough. I feel like Roscoe could be running Scarf Tran. I think that's a very real possibility. He's a bit Scizor weak without Scarf Tran. He goes hard me on a Seed Bomb. Oof. So rocks are up to stay, and he's got a sleeping like 19% Dragonite. So I mean, he needs to sack something off to the sleep fodder. So he's gonna actually need to keep that Dragonite around, otherwise Breloom's gonna be able to claim more lives. I feel like Roscoe definitely had the momentum early on, especially, but oh, it is Scarf Flygon, okay. I wasn't sure, but it is Scarf Flygon. So, and yeah, I think Roscoe's is Heatran. Is Pert healthy enough to live in EQ? Because if he, yeah, that should be healthy enough. I very well see Soulwind going for a U-turn right here to keep up momentum, but it's really risky. If Roscoe stays in on a U-turn, that'd be huge. Absolutely huge. Because he really needs to heal up his Jirachi, I think. I think Fizdef Jirachi can definitely live a Scarf EQ Flygon, and he just needs to weaken Flygon, basically. But yeah, he does go hard Blissey, so maybe it's not healthy enough Pert, and yeah, he's falling behind. Falling very, very far behind. Pretty sure he can't avoid losing a Mon now, unless he goes hard Jirachi. And, he does go hard Jirachi. I really think he needs to make a play, and he is not making any plays. Roscoe. He really, did he make any plays? He honestly, like, caught one, like, Soulwind just going straight for a T-Bolt instead of U-turning. But ever since then, Soulwind's just been keeping up the aggressive double switch, U-turn, etc. He got the U-turn on he got the E-speed on the Zapdos, but honestly, I think he should have just gone for Outrage. Because that would have been enough to 2 KO the Jirachi, and being locked into E-speed is really, really annoying. Although I can understand, I guess if he outrages on a sack. Oh, it's a Scarf Ape. Okay, it's the same thing basically. Scarf Ape, Scarf Tran. I'm covering Scizor. I was right. So, so Ape comes in as the Zapdos tries to come in on the Jirachi. Oh, he's gonna need to play around that Flygon really well. It does benefit him though that this Ape is, what the heck? Oh, my phone. Huh. I don't know if you guys heard that. Anyway, so this Scarf Ape, he could go to Flygon, but I don't know if he wants to put it in range of... Actually, no, I would go Flygon. Because, would you? I guess you open yourself up more to a Scarf CC clean, but I don't know if Zapdos might be in range. Breloom's not going to be in range. You see how that E-speed damage on Zapdos, it's fair, it's fair. He does actually sack Jirachi, interesting. He chooses to save Pert. I understand that, I guess. I understand wanting to save. I guess he can bring it in on Blissey and get off a huge waterfall. That's very fair, and I definitely think Roscoe's not getting up rocks anymore in this. He actually goes hard Pert. I feel like he needed to keep Pert a little bit healthy, although 25. Yeah, this Pert's not very bulky. Choice Band Pert's not very bulky. I think that might have died to EQ. Moon's gonna come back in, take another life. And I don't know if Jirachi's even out of range of Mach Punch, but this Ape 55, I think that's a good play. To sack the Jirachi means you force that recoil damage. That's putting this thing even closer in range of Mach Punch. I definitely think Soulwind has the game right now. I think Roscoe really needs to make an aggressive read at some point, and he just never did it. I don't know, I feel like he really needed to get rocks up way sooner in the early game, the moment they got spun off. I think going for Psychic on the Jirachi was just weird. Obviously Soulwind got a bit lucky with getting very consistent Body Slam paras, but I don't know, I think Roscoe didn't really handle the game after me got killed and Soulwind had rocks off. Like Roscoe, he just didn't keep up the pressure and get those rocks back up, make an aggressive read to regain the momentum. And of course, he made that one play to get the E-speed off on Zapdos because he wasn't getting any rocks damage on the Zapdos. He needed damage on the Zapdos, but that opened him up to Breloom. And yeah, he went hard Loom on me, trying to predict superpower, I guess. I don't know, I feel like he should... And like, he needed to heal up Jirachi at some point too, and I think he should have just predicted the U-turn. I think he should have just predicted the U-turn. But... okay, so we see, yeah, Igon just going for U-turns, U-turns, U-turns. If Jirachi hasn't wished, then he can just U-turn very freely and just go to Zapdos. Yeah, this D-Knight's in. He can just go Zapdos and T-Bolt. He can go... he doesn't want to go Breloom. Does Mach kill? If Mach kills, then Breloom's fine. But you don't want him to Sleep Talk and Outrage or something like that. He obviously can't Sleep Talk E-Speed with priority, so that's why Zap would have been fine. But yeah, if Mach takes this out, then this is fine, and I imagine Infernape's only just a few Stealth Rock damages away, or CC drops away from being in range of Mach. He actually saves the D-Knight. Oh, it lives, too. 13 to 14, interesting. I did not expect that. Zapdos is going to come in on a Psychic, and that does not take it out. Ooh, that is rough. As D-Knight's going to get sacked to regain the momentum right here, as Zap does go for a U-turn. Bluesee's going to come back in, but even if he gets up rocks, it's still a sack for Soulwind, and Breloom comes in. This game is way over. It's totally, completely 100% over. Breloom can just go for superpower, take this out, and it's pretty good to go. Yep, Bluesea goes down. I imagine that he does go Jirachi. It's not going to make a difference, because in the end, Ape's going to have to spam CC, and it's going to be put in range of Loom Mach, and that's going to end the game. I really think Roscoe had to be much smarter on that Zapdos. At some point he had to call a double switch, he had to call a U-turn. Calling a U-turn was... I mean, yeah, calling a double switch is hard, but calling a... I don't know. It's just a matter of weighing what you were more willing to risk. But at some point he needed to risk something. I don't know, yeah, he played this very passively after. He got the initial momentum, like he got the rocks up first, he got the Jirachi weakened, he did all of that. He goes hard Ape. So I feel like Ape's already in range of Mach after a -1, but it's not going to be enough because Soulwind has 2 sacks. But he can just go Pert, sack, actually, can he? I guess he could go, does Ape have HP Ice? But even HP Ice won't even kill Loom. He does go Pert, so Ape can Blitz, but then that lets in Flygon, so that doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, Pert's fine. Pert's fine, because if you if you want Flygon, you're switching to Sack Pert anyway. And then yeah, this is fine. The thing, having Scarf Flygon on Soulwind definitely helped him. I was wondering what his Scarfer was, because if it was a Scarfer that pressured Jirachi, you'd be fine. But otherwise, he's in a really tough spot. There's the CC to take out the Pert. Loom should be able to come in now and finish the game. 2 Mox will take out the Jirachi at this point. And he can... How much does, Oh, he just stays in, yeah, so Mach just takes out, and that's going to be the game. So, Jirachi's going to come in, Mach going to take out the Jirachi. And yeah, that's the game. So, yeah, very well played by Soulwind. He definitely, he lost his spinner first, but he kept up his rocks, and he got the rocks off on his side, and he used that to his full advantage. He was very aggressive, and he very well needed to be, because he needed to use, he basically just very smartly used that rocks to wear down Roscoe's D-Knight. He's hit like the Jirachi on the switch. He hit all the loom counters on the switch basically, or used rocks and doubles to pressure them and wear them down really quickly without giving Roscoe room to counter attack. And because of that, his loom was sort of just able to break open Roscoe's team very nicely with the help of that Zapdos and the rocks and the U-turn. And yeah, that was a really great game overall. Hope you guys enjoyed. So yeah, Wolfpack is up 1-0 versus the Scooters. So Scooters need both BKC to beat updated Kanto in ORAS, and TDK needs to beat ABR in SMOU for a second time. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.